that song needs to be locked in a dumpster, set ablaze, and just set adrift.
You know, they tried to pull from the Wasserman Go-Go Power Rangers, and not even the guitar sounds right. It sounds computerized. It just doesn't have that same feel to it. And well, just listening to our Rangers introduce themselves by screaming their names sets us up for what's sure to be a super mega win.
Alpha, Rita's escaped. Recruit me a podcast with attitude. Ranger Rabble, we need you. Leo V, Kyle D, may the power protect you. It's morphin' time.
Go, go. Rabble, Ranger, Rabble.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 14 of Ranger Rabble here at Nerd Daddy Productions. As always, I'm Leo V.
And I'm Kyle D, and welcome to the ultimate dumpster fire of a Power Rangers season. We are talking Super Megaforce because, God damn all the hell, Bobby, why?
You know, I guess we could say this is a continuation of the dumpster fire that was Megaforce, because they didn't even really patch things up nicely at the end of Megaforce. If they had lost their Megaforce powers and needed to have a new power to access these keys that came later in the season that were not just staring at us in the face going, "You gonna use us yet? You gonna use us yet? We're getting dusty up here. You gonna use us yet?" Tenzu, can you reach us to with your little feather duster?
Yeah. It's dude, I hated this season. Not as much as I hated Mystic Force. But this is a very close second.
From what I understand, they had to use the Megaforce footage to get to the Super Megaforce footage. Like, they had to use that to get to the Sentai because of whatever agreement they had at the time. So they just didn't do it correctly where it benefited the story or added to the lore in any way, because it had the opportunity to do that with so many suits that we had never seen because of the Sentai footage. Some of it they edited out, some of it they kept as Sentai only footage, but just give them random names like the Prism Rangers or the Squadron Rangers. So they could have really have elaborated on those more. You had a Orion that came in from Andrasia, so you could have had Rangers that were from his planet of Andrasia, and that's how he kind of knew about Rangers and became one. But there was not enough substance to really like hold it together. They really just wanted to filter through all of the Rangers, which I get as a 20th anniversary season. Yeah, that's the point of it. But you got to at least give a story that makes sense.
And they could have done so much more with not just the actual Megaforce storyline, but the use of the suits and explaining like, oh, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna turn into, you know, the suits we should have gotten for season 2 of Mighty Morphin, the Thunderzord suits. I'm going to turn into this because it applies to the situation that I'm in, because this guy is a reincarnation of a villain from that season.
And it doesn't help that Gosei was just giving out fucking legendary Zords for shits and giggles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you access their powers. Oh, look at that. You've now earned access to their Zords. They didn't fucking work for it. They didn't fucking earn it. He just said, here you go, kids. Here's another.
There's a simple explanation for that.
Respectfully, fuck Gosei.
Tiki head motherfucker.
Dude, the worst choice.
Zordon does very little things wrong in his existence. Apparently, choosing Gosei as some sort of next generation leader will be the one and only thing that I ever talk shit about Zordon on.
I would have rather them bring the guinea pig back. Okay?
Not Watanabe.
The guinea pig was such a better mentor than Gosei. I'm going to sit here in my wall and I'm going to talk just by the light flashing from my eyes and mouth. By the way, there's a bunch of keys over there that you'll get later on once you become space pirates.
Rah rah, sis boom ba. Here we go. Go Kaiger. Fucking amazing. So much better of an of a season than what we got. They actually told a real story that made the keys and the Super Sentai powers feel like they were important. So, just for context, the legendary battle that happens at the end of Super Megaforce is how the Super Sentai begins. So, the Super Megaforce team is the 35th Super Sentai season, but the legendary battle only contains the first 34. So they all have this battle against the Zengiak aliens, and once they realize that they're, gonna need to use all their powers, they put their hands up, use their big powers, and explode the whatever forces are attacking them. And through that explosion, their power turns into the keys and are scattered throughout the universe and on Earth. So that's why there's pirates who are searching for the greatest treasure, which is the they already have their own Super Sentai powers, but it's accessing the previous 34 Super Sentai series where they actually have distinguished episodes where they have to collect keys from the old Rangers, or they had a bad guy who had found a bunch of keys and he was using them to project not necessarily like phantom versions of Rangers, but like not people in suits. So he had a weapon that could turn the keys, and he would have his own Ranger team that would appear out of nowhere, which was mostly the 6th Rangers before our 6th Ranger got there. So they were using a lot of the 6th Rangers as bad guys, and there was a giant fucking monkey, fucking great. Oh, God damn it, Gokaiger was so good, and we got none of that magic with Super Megaforce.
When they first showed us the trailer for Super Megaforce, and they were kind of like giving details and showing clips of like all these different suits and everything, in my brain I was like, are they gonna have to like search all over for these keys?
Would have been fucking cool.
Kind of like Wild Force, how they had to search for the gems.
Like
But
any other season where they have to look for powers in some kind of way.
Like that would have. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be cool. And like they teased us in the beginning right away. The first thing they show us is a clip from the legendary battle, and it's just JD fucking F walking, and you know it's him in that green suit. And I'm like, oh my god, we're getting a Green Ranger cameo this season somehow. This is gonna be sick. And then they say legendary battle, and me at the time, I'm like, what? They're acknowledging the Sentai Rangers? And then I watched it, and it was disappointment. Now there is on YouTube an extended version of the legendary battle from the American season.
Yes, there was some stuff that they cut out.
It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
But I've watched the Japanese legendary battle.
And like I sent you the clip today, the final battle for the Sentai version of this is the Pirate Rangers cycling through all of their powers and kicking the fuck out of this guy. Like, he does not stand a chance the way they're like actually using their powers like the previous Sentai teams had shown them how to do, and like,
Yeah.
you have our blessing moving forward to be the next Super Sentai series, or Super Sentai team, and boy, did we just get a hot pile of garbage on a plate with some shit.
But speaking of a hot pile of garbage on a plate with some shit, let's get into the season.
But before we do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if this is your first time here. Welcome to the party. If you've been here before, you already know the drill. Like, follow, subscribe, ba-bang. There we go.
All that good stuff, because we're fun.
So we start this season with an attack from the Armada. It's the same Armada from Megaforce, only now there's new bad guys involved. Evil endeavors.
We've got Emperor Mavro, who is the supreme leader of the Armada. He's the big bad. He's big. He's scary.
He gets his ass kicked at the end.
Yeah, he gets his shit pushed in. We have Prince Vekar, who is the commander of the initial Armada invasion.
Oh, yeah, Prince Vekar, yeah.
Vrak returns from Megaforce. He's
Yeah.
Prince Vakar's brother, but he is more dangerous and he's smarter than his brother.
Yeah.
We've got Damaris, Vekar's loyal general.
Damaris,
Levira,
yes.
What is it? How is it pronounced?
Damaris.
Damaris. Okay. Levira.
Levira.
What did I say?
Levira.
Oh, well. Okay. So we have Damaris, who is Vekar's loyal general. We also
Damaris.
have. I give up saying these fucking names. Damaris and Levira.
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 With the I.
Words are hard today.
Listen, they're a Super Megaforce names, so like they suck to begin with. I'll give you that.
Levira.
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 Yeah.
Okay. Damaris and Levira. Got it. Let's go. And we also have the X-Borgs, which are basically just purple and silver robot pharaoh putties. The X-Borgs are the silver ones, and the Bruisers are the updated versions of the X-Borgs.
I don't hate the way the X-Borgs look. They have a metal head, so they're magnetized to the little platforms that they get dropped off of. For the most part, they put up a good fight. They're not, I wouldn't say easily defeatable, but they're not super hard either.
I mean, the bad guys, over the seasons, the bad guys get cheesier and cheesier looking.
Vekar is a very spoiled brat of a prince. They didn't do a lot with his character.
Yes, I remember what he looks like now. He's cool looking.
The weird, the blue and white and kind of like yellow horsey with the thing down the middle of his head. Oh, Levira, I'm just gonna whine.
I wish they took more time with the villains, just to make them a little bit more like believably scary and believably terrifying, and not just like, oh, you're a monster with tentacles. Oh no, you've got big eyes on your shoulders. Oh no.
Not to mention, they came in full force with an invasion for the first episode and were like holding their own. And then they like pumped the brakes. We see later on that they had a lot more forces available to have at their disposal. So it's absolutely possible that they could have taken over the Earth way sooner had they just not fucked around. Back in Megaforce, they could have done this shit 20 episodes ago, and we could have wrapped this up and met up at Ernie's frozen yogurt place for a snack.
There's so much wrong with this season, and the acting is atrocious.
Yeah, it was a continuation of some of the Megaforce shenanigans. Another full season where we're gonna keep our Rangers in the same clothes. They would get laughed out of high school if they wore the same clothes every day. It's like, how are you trying to portray anything that is supposed to be school related when, first of all, two of them are walking around in leather jackets? Who the fuck walks around high school in leather jackets anymore? What is this, Greece?
Mighty Morphin happened so fast. Rita Lord said, I kicked their ass. Bulk and Skull, they fell on the floor. I'm sorry, but Troy is just the worst.
I'm sorry, who?
Troy. The worst, most emotionless human being, aside from the Red Ninja Steel Ranger. He's trying so hard for the bad boy brooding vibes with the distant looks and the, oh, I fell asleep on the bus and I had a dream of the legendary battle. But I can't tell anyone about it because then everyone will know my secret. But I can't keep a secret. But I can't hide it. There's a simple explanation for that.
To fight against our bad guys, we have the forces of okay, I guess we'll call them.
A few moments later.
More phenomenal mentor.
As we kind of talked about, we still have Gosei and Tenzu as the mentor and sidekick du jour, and they are subpar to mentors and sidekicks that have come before them. When you're outranked by a guinea pig, you know you've kind of missed the plot.
Dude, Tenzu is just Wally.
Yeah, and Wally and Johnny Five had a baby. And yeah, Gosei is just a giant tiki head on the wall.
I hate Gosei. I hate him so much.
He really does not let the Rangers ever learn a lesson. It's very much just, yes, you need help? Try this new power. Oh, so just because we have new powers, let's just try a new one. Not let's hang out and get to used to this one power and actually enjoy it, or work for this power so that we have some meaning behind why it was given to us. No, you guys are just gonna journey to the Animarium and look for the Red Wild Zord.
Rangers, our samurai friends have unlocked the powers of their megazords. Rangers, I'm receiving a transmission from the Turbo Falcon. The Zord wants to lend you its powers for this fight.
Why, you stupid tiki-headed fuck?
Home sweet headquarters.
And the command center isn't even like impressive. It's a
They forgot to pay the electric bill, so it's just dark other than the battery-powered LED backlights for the keys.
And then there's just keys everywhere. But you can't touch them yet, Rangers. I haven't unlocked that training manual because there's a simple explanation for that.
And that is, he just has to give them away.
Yeah. And listen, Gosei is just this giant plastic tiki head sticking out of the wall, and him speaking is just his eyes and mouth lighting up. That's it. There's no interactiveness. There's no, oh, maybe his head will move like Zordon. Nope. Just one of those friggin' night at the museum, you give me gum dum dum heads.
You do dum dum, you give me dum dum.
Tell me I'm wrong. Put them on the screen side by side. You guys tell us in the comments.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're not wrong. That's pretty spot on. Unfortunately, these two don't bring a whole lot to the table as far as mentors and sidekick for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Although the Sentai counterpart did have a shitty kind of mentor-ish as well. They had they were pirates, so they had a robotic parrot that would fly around and talk to the Rangers.
そのナビ。
地球だよ。宇宙最大のお宝だよ。
The only way I would listen to a robotic parrot is if it's Gilbert Gottfried's voice on the other end.
Yeah, that's fair. Totally fair.
If I walk in and all hear, okay, today we're gonna go and we're gonna get this guy, I would listen to that in an absolute heartbeat.
I would have no reason to not listen to them.
Mostly because I'm terrified that Gilbert Gottfried is a parrot reincarnated and yelling at me.
Mostly that, yeah. We do get into some new weapons for this season.
Awesome armory.
And with the new season, we of course get new powers. So they still keep their Megaforce powers, but with their legendary morphers, they are able to access the keys that line the walls of the command center. Although it doesn't necessarily make sense that these are continuation of the Megaforce powers when we get our 6th Ranger later and he does not have a continuation of Megaforce powers. He only has the Super Megaforce powers. So continuity-wise, they didn't even make that make sense. Because for the legendary battle, they all morph into the Megaforce mode, and he is the only one in Super Megaforce mode.
Holy shit.
Because the legendary battle took place in the Sentai series before they introduced the Pirate Rangers, so they weren't around for that battle.
There's a simple explanation for that.
Japan did it first. So on top of our legendary morphers, that gives them access to all of the past Ranger keys. They also have the Super Mega Blaster, the Super Mega Saber, and the Super Mega Cannon. So the Super Mega Blaster was a pirate pistol. The Super Mega Saber was a cutlass. And the Super Mega Cannon was a cannon shaped like the what they call the sky ship.
Yes.
But is their pirate ship, the Gokai Galleon. As far as their Zords go, because there wasn't the Super Mega Force didn't have that many weapons. It was mostly the being able to turn into the other Rangers and have all of their weapons. So you didn't need to have crazy amounts for a suit that wasn't going to be in it. So you had the Super Mega Skyship, which was the red one, and then all of the Zords kind of Russian nesting dolled inside of it because they just got smaller and smaller. So you had the Super Mega Jet, the Super Mega Wheeler, the Super Mega Racer, and the Super Mega Sub. With this season, them accessing their powers, they are also able to access a select few Zords that will combine with their Megazord to give them extra powers. So the Mystic Force Dragon was one of their Megazords. The SPD car was one of them. There was a Samurai from Ninja Storm. RPM was the red Falcon car, even though they fucked up that whole episode because to gain access to that one they had to go to the RPM world, but it was really just the other Sentai footage from Goanger, and that was not set in a dystopian future, so it was just a very different setup. So I guess you can kind of say that it had been a few years since, Venjix was destroyed and they were rebuilding, and it kind of gives them access to build a new story. But guess what they didn't do? Build a new fucking story. They just said, oh, look, there's a car and he's mad. Look at his eyes. They keep going. They have a big car with eyes on it that just goes. We got the Q-Rex Zord, so that was a kind of a combination between the Q-Rex and the Dragon Zord. So they kind of use those interchangeably. The Red Lion from Wild Force was another one. And then all those Zords would come together and become the ultimate legendary Megazord, which just looked way too fucking busy.
I don't like that in the slightest bit.
Yeah, it's too busy. It's got way too much happening with the drills, and then like the things that open up for all like the cannonballs to come out. So it was just there was too much happening at once. Oh, when it came down to like accessing these powers, it would have been really cool if we got to see them have some sort of interaction with a past ranger. There was a couple of episodes like that, but not enough to really sell a 20th anniversary season. They definitely should have brought back more people to have like full episode appearances. That way, when past rangers come back at the end for the legendary battle, it makes us give a shit about them too, other than like 3-second cameo of saving somebody and then, all right, we're back now. There's a simple explanation for that.
There it is.
The Golden Morpher.
Golden Morpher. It was a shit season,
It really was.
but I'm going to give it to the legendary battle and all the cameos and all the different rangers that we see. But I'm only giving this Golden Morpher to the extended version of the legendary battle. You don't get it regular 10-minute part in an episode. No, you get it 35-minute YouTube video.
This season could have been done so much better. When they changed into the Sentai only suits that we had never seen before, there should have been more discovery there. There should have been more of an explanation, because some of those suits were really cool and I would have liked to see more done with it.
Yeah.
But they robbed us of the opportunity due to lackluster writing and just not being creative with the stuff that they have. So that being said, I am going to give my Golden Morpher to the Super Sentai series that this season was based off of. Gokaiger gets the entire Golden Morpher, and this season can suck a fucking egg.
But let's now talk about the legendary battle.
Okay. Yes, because we kind of had like a 3-part battle, or like a 3-part episode that leads up to the legendary battle. Like there was the big battle at the end, but like from the lead up of when Emperor Mavro shows up and like he starts calling for a full on invasion, because the Rangers have killed both of his kids at this point. Vakar and Vrak are both dead and gone. And so he's like, all right, cool. Like, I'm just going to go and fuck shit up myself then. So he shows up with the first wave and starts fucking laying the hammer down on Earth. And luckily, between the Megazord that they have and all of their new legendary Zords that they use, they are able to take out a good portion of the Armada ships, because they were under false pretenses and thinking they had won. Fucking assholes. So Orion decided to just leave. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go home now. I guess everything's done.
Bye.
They didn't need to keep him around for the legendary battle because that ranger wasn't in the legendary battle, so it made, again, just more confusion out of the footage that you already had.
Yeah.
So, like, all of their legendary Zords get taken out. Lavira has her own Megazord that she's using to just fucking lay the hammer down. And we get a kind of callback to Countdown to Destruction, the end of the In Space finale, where we get a big giant space projection of them saying, you have 24 hours, and then the Earth is ours. So the people are starting to worry. Are the Rangers going to come and save us? Is there any hope for us? Unfortunately, they don't have the Bulk and Skull cameo to like rally the troops, which is like the one thing they were fucking missing.
Mm-hmm.
But then we started to see some cool cameos from past Rangers. We had Carter and Dana from Lightspeed Rescue. JDF showing up as with the White Ranger and saving the kid with
Saba.
Saba. Leo shows up and finds a little lost puppy.
Wes.
Oh yeah, yep. Wes and Damon.
Wes, Damon, TJ, Cassie.
Yeah.
And TJ's blue space. He's not red turbo.
You know, we'll talk a little bit more about this when we get there, but they kind of fucked up the Rangers when they call everybody for the legendary battle. They fucked that up big time. So before the legendary battle takes place, they hear from Gosei one last time before the legendary battle.
How is everyone?
We've been better, but we're doing okay.
This is our darkest hour, but I have faith in you.
Go say the girls are not here. We'll speak soon.
He doesn't say anything to them afterwards. He doesn't congratulate them. He doesn't say, cool, like, leave your powers over here on the bench and, like, see yourself out. Nope. Nothing. This is the last we hear from him. Oh, good luck, Rangers. You're going to have to do some fighting. So the next day, Orion ends up coming back, and Red and Silver end up going up and fighting Emperor Mavro up on his ship and basically laying the fucking smackdown on him, blowing up his ship. And then they glide down on the Galaxy gliders as Titanium and Red from In Space as like a really sweet callback to Countdown to Destruction. Although be a little bit more creative. Like you can't just take the same beats from a really nice finale and just fucking repeat it. There's a simple explanation for that. Thousands of X-Borgs are about to attack the Power Rangers, and all of a sudden, the legendary Rangers all start showing up to help them out.
Mighty Morphin. In Space.
It's,
Zeo.
they don't name them all. So many teams don't get a call out.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote them down because I noticed it, and it made me really upset. So In Space, Time Force, SPD, Overdrive, and RPM all didn't get like those individual intros. And then they messed up a lot of things because I guess they were trying to keep continuity because Tommy was showing up as the Green Ranger. So they were silly and didn't show him with the Mighty Morphin team, which they could have, or at least they could have put him there. Which they also didn't have the White Ranger, so they were missing so many Sixth Rangers all over the teams.
But yeah, they didn't put White Ranger with the Thunder suits.
And then in all the other teams that Tommy was in, I mean, like Dino Thunder, there wasn't a black Dino Thunder Ranger because like Tommy was, green, but they had white, red, blue, and yellow. But they still had a red Zeo, which is weird because Tommy was red Zeo. They had red Turbo, but I guess that would have been TJ, but TJ shows up as blue In Space. So, like, they were trying to be conscious of it, but at the same time, they were not fully using it to their advantage. And then when they show, like, the full lineups of the teams, there's so many Sixth Rangers that are missing. So we don't see Mighty Morphin White, Zeo Gold. We don't see Centurion or Phantom Ranger. The Merrick, the Lunar Wolf from Wild Force is missing. There's no Solaris Knight. RJ and Dom, the Wolf and Rhino Rangers from Jungle Fury, are missing. They only showed the three of them. Blake and Hunter, the Navy and Crimson Rangers, and the Green Samurai Ranger were all not there. They only showed the three Ninja Storm Rangers. So, like, if you're gonna do this, why are you missing so many fucking teams? And it really would not have been hard to stand in a fucking canyon with some ranger teams and do a flyby shot with a drone.
Yeah.
So the battle itself was really cool. I will say, watching all of the Rangers team up, these X-Borgs didn't stand a fucking chance.
Mhm.
It was just, really awesome to see some cool team ups that we never have seen before. All the like ninja samurai kind of Rangers in one shot were doing their thing. All the car Rangers at one point do their thing. So it was really nice to see that aspect of it.
Listen, they could have done so much more with it. I agree with you. They should have kept a good amount of the six Rangers in there to really drive it home that these are all of the Power Rangers from every single walk of life. It still blows my mind that they did this entirely in reverse.
Yeah.
Because when I watched the legendary battle from the Gokaiger,
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, this is they turn into light and this is how it ends. Okay, cool. I was under the impression it was the season finale of that show. So now when we get done with here, I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna watch the Japanese version.
It gives you a completely different
Yes.
aspect of the show. So Orion, the sixth Ranger, he also has like a gold mode. So he basically has this giant chest piece that has the faces of all of the past six Rangers all over it, which is goofy looking as hell. It looks like a really cool cosplay that somebody would come up with, but not necessarily an actual Power Ranger suit. Not to mention, the white Dino Thunder Ranger is a fifth Ranger, not a sixth Ranger, so he really shouldn't be on there. The gold and silver RPM, those are, I would say, sixth and seventh Rangers, so like there's no real way to kind of give them both one spot. Yeah, it's just weird looking.
I have something very cool to show you that I know you'll appreciate. So, big Power Rangers fan. I'm sorry, big wrestling fan rather. My bad, I misspoke. So there is a wrestler who goes by the name Grand Metalik.
Okay.
He is a luchador, and he is also a diehard Power Rangers fan.
Oh, I like where this is going.
One week of tapings, one show, he walked out dressed like this.
Oh, hey, that's actually fucking spot on.
But that's all the helmets on there are all luchador masks of lucha wrestlers past and present.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
But his full walkout was the full on jacket with all of them on it.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I saw. It's funny because I'm watching. I think it was Raw. I think it was Raw or SmackDown. And he walks out. I'm like, yo, that's a Power Rangers reference. That's a freaking Power Ranger reference.
I know that.
And there's two other guys, the New Day. At one point in time, their gear was White Mighty Morphin and Green Mighty Morphin, and their jackets were the upper with the gold chest and the white thing. Yeah, dude, I'll find that and send it to you too. Because Xavier Woods plays the trombone.
Okay.
And he came out the one time with the Green Ranger gear on, and he's sitting there and he goes with his trombone, bro. The way that I yelled when he did that, I was like, yes.
That's fucking great. I love that.
So, what do you give this season, man?
All right. So, if I had to give this season a number, I would say it's better than Megaforce, but not by much. So I would say it gets a 3 out of 10 from me. It's semi-salvaged by the fact that we got to see all the past Rangers in different forms and on different teams and things, but it just wasn't fully done correctly.
I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. Definitely not one of the better seasons of Power Rangers. So much more they could have done with it, and it just they dropped the ball.
As a 20th anniversary, it definitely left me wanting a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And like I said, my opinion, the acting was absolutely atrocious. They could have done so much better conveying how important this season was.
Yeah.
Essentially, the only good things out of it were the callbacks to the original Sentai suits. Being able to see those on an American show and be like, oh my god, like that. I still pop for the Thunder suits. I really did.
Yeah, Die Ranger, we got screwed not having that season.
I'm gonna die on that hill. I'm gonna die on that hill.
Well, guys, if you've had fun with us here at Ranger Rabble, first of all, thanks for making it this far. If you made it this far and you haven't already, smash that like and subscribe button. But also, we have these really cool shirts available. So if you are interested, we will throw the link for that down in the description as well.
Yes, those that was a very very fun creation.
Sometimes the brain just does what the brain just does, bro.
Yeah.
From all of us here at Ranger Rabble, as always, I'm Leo V.
I'm Kyle D.
And, well, it's morphin'
time! Ha! Go, can change! Orange!
Ranger! Later.
Later.